Hi, and welcome to the Institute for Innovation and Knowledge Management. Today with us we have Antonio Messeni Petruzzelli, professor from the Politecnico di Bari, and he's going to be talking about the role of status. Antonio, thank you very much for joining us today and for presenting your research at the seminar that we just hosted. For our audience that wasn't able to join the seminar, could you share a little bit about yourself and your main learnings from the research that you have presented?
Okay, hi Ivanka, thank you to everybody. Our research is about the role of status as a strategic resource that can be exchanged in a certain sense during a relationship for achieving other type of resource like financial, like technical, but like competencies. So we are interested in analyzing how status change over time, in other words, the dynamics of status. And we have conducted this research focusing our attention on how the achievement of a collective award may positively impact on this status shift. And however, also how this collective award, this status shift depends also on the composition of the team working. And with this regard, we have focused on the heterostatus composition, working on the difference between high status and low status members.
Excellent. Can you unpack this for us? So you mentioned so far status, collective award, and you talked about a group or a team that has diverse status among them. Can you give us an example to illustrate?
Yes, for instance, this is an example. We have conducted our study in the setting of film industry, on the Hollywood industry. And so the collective award, for instance, maybe the Oscar Prime. For instance, the team is the team of actors that work in the film. And of course, the star, since individuals, there are star actors that can be recognized as more relevant than others in the team. And so we are interested in analyzing how star members of this team can change their status also dependently on the people with whom they collaborate.
Excellent. So that's all clear for me now. Can you tell us what you find and what you're still working on?
Yes. We found that the achievement of a collective award is positive. However, you have to be extremely cautious when working with high status members, since high status individuals tend to gain more of the benefit of these collective awards, and they tend to benefit more than others independently of their work. Of course, we are also interested now in extending this perspective, verifying what happens in other type of industries, since the cinema or film industry may be extremely setting specific. And so we are trying to focalize our attention in the sport industry, for instance, for focusing on the football team setting.
Excellent. So let me make sure that I understand this correctly. So assuming that we are actors, which obviously we're not, even though we do spend a lot of time on cameras these days, but assuming that we were, and you are a very famous actor and I was not a famous actor, and we win Oscars together, would that mean that we both benefit from these Oscars, or that it's just you who benefit, or how is the reward basically split up?
Yeah, if we are both the actor that work in a team that won in a film that won the Oscar, what seems to happen from our research is that both achieve an advantage, but most of the part of this advantage, most of the P in a certain sense, is taken by the star actor that work with me in the team, independently on the work that they effectively put in the film.
Interesting. So should I not then work with you as a star? You
have to be extremely cautious. You have to be extremely cautious, because when you work with a lot of stars in your career, you tend to be in a certain sense obscured by their recognition, by their role, and so you tend to not be able to reach the rank of your social community, because most of the benefit, most of the status, most of the recognition tend to be gained by these other individuals.
Understood. Excellent. So very interesting, very important. Can you tell us what are your next steps on your research track?
Yes, now we are trying to go more in depth in this research. For instance, focusing on how this on working also on the other setting, like I have previously introduced in the sport industry, but also trying to analyze better the effect of time in this kind of status shift. In other words, we are trying to evaluate how and to what extent this status shift, these positive status shifts, may vary across time, taking into account the specific individual, the specific status of the individual.
Antonio, that sounds very interesting. I look forward to keeping up and learning more from your research.
Thank you. Thank you again
for joining, and we will keep you posted of further visitors to our series.